Today on Panther TV, from Plymouth South to boot camp, a former student shares his path to becoming a Marine.
Have you ever dreamed of a career as a content creator? Well, hear what it takes to go viral.
And a local invention is helping protect horses and their riders. These stories and more coming up. Panther TV starts now.
Good morning, Plymouth South. Thanks for joining us. I'm Angel Chummick.
And I'm Kira McLaughlin. A new tool that could save a life is coming to Plymouth South High School.
Here's Zach Adams with the story.
AEDs and defibrillators can be found in multiple locations around the school. And now, outside the gym, we have a new life-saving device, a Nalox Box.
A Nalox Box contains a few things: instructions, a breathing barrier, and Narcan, a nasal spray that reverses an opioid overdose. This is something that has been brought to our school by family and community engagement specialist Kelly Maycomer.
A Nalox Box is a community-based response to opioid overdose. So this company invented Nalox Box out of Rhode Island as a way to get community-based Narcan more accessible for people to respond in the event of an overdose. So really what it is it's a box that you install or hang on a wall that includes Narcan and a breathing barrier if a person was going to respond with rescue breaths, and other information on how to respond in the event of an opioid overdose. And really the company Nalox Box has been working to get those boxes installed in as many community spaces as possible, really just to help support and save a life for people that might be experiencing an overdose.
Opioid use and overdoses have been a problem in our state for several years.
Opioid use disorder has been an issue all around the country, but specifically within the United States. Massachusetts is one of the top 4 states that's hit by the epidemic of opioid overdose. Specifically within Plymouth County, Plymouth County Outreach responds to all overdoses in Plymouth County, and we have overdoses anywhere from as young as 13 to 90 years old. So really the scope of the problem locally is pretty high. Brockton always comes in within Plymouth County as the first hardest hit, and Plymouth, Massachusetts is the second, and then the third would be Wareham locally. So really being the number 2 town within the county that's being impacted by overdose, we know that this is an issue not just for younger people or middle-aged people, but really all ages of life.
The purpose of the Nalox Box at Plymouth South is to be there just in case if an overdose were to occur at an event after school. The box is accessible to anybody, although no one is required to use it.
It's important to me that when we think about substance use disorders that we respond in the same way we would any other emergency medical incident. So whether that's responding, to a heart-focused incident with an AED, responding with Narcan is just another way to help support and save potentially a life. So it's important to me that emergency medical response happens the same way across the board, not just within the school, but really across our town, whether that's in a community setting or in a business locally, but really that we're responding in that way as Good Samaritans for any incident that happens.
If you're worried about Narcan, don't be. Narcan has no effect on anybody except to reverse an opioid overdose. And if it happens during school, it's on the nurse's job to administer it. Reporting for Panther TV, I'm Zach Adams.
Many students are not quite sure what path to follow after their high school career. But one recent grad tells us why the military, specifically the Marine Corps, is a great potential option.
Here's Gavin Carrara with the story.
Whether wanting a great career choice or build opportunities in colleges or other occupations, spending your time with the Marine Corps is an option for you. Here's 2023 graduate Victor Guzman-Nunez with his experiences. From Plymouth South graduation to boot camp just weeks later, Victor Guzman-Nunez is now a United States Marine. This career path he feels provides opportunities for a bright future.
I have a plan. Now because of the Marine Corps, it's provided me a lot. So I can go to college, and that's what I plan to do. The second I hit the fleet, I'm going to the educational center and without a dime from my pocket, going to college.
While it was a challenging few months at boot camp in South Carolina, Victor learned a lot about physical fitness and mental fortitude. He says the Marines can help you learn a lot about your limits and what you need to do to surpass them.
Some benefits would be figuring out my body, knowing what I can do mentally, emotionally, physically, and pushing past those limits even more. Talking about your mind is stronger than your body. No, your body's stronger than your mind. So your mind will quit before your body, but your body will keep going. So I know that even throughout boot camp, the times that I felt like I just wanted to go home, that it wasn't worth it, it was worth it, because in the end, I'm a United States Marine now.
While leaving home at such a young age is always difficult, but being able to follow your dreams while providing for yourself and loved ones is indispensable.
I get homesick a lot. I'm pretty sure everyone would if they're away from their family. I mean, I've never left my house much. I was always home, you know that. So being away from my baby brother, being away from my mother and my father who's always had my back, and my other brother, Aaron, you know, he goes to this school. I love him to death. But being away from my family, it sucks. However, I know that I'm doing something. I have to leave the nest soon, so I need to provide for myself. Like that. I'm a grown man. I'm 19 years old. I need to be able to provide for myself now.
With the many challenges and hardships on the way to becoming a U.S. Marine, it might seem scary. But with opportunities, lifelong bonds, and preparation for what's to come in life, if it's something that you're interested in, you can visit the Recruiting Center on Long Pond Road. I'm Gavin Carrara, reporting for Panther TV.
Many people dream of making content and going viral, but one local influencer made it her reality.
Here's Rory Timlin with the story.
So many of us spend our time watching videos made by content creators, but how does someone become one? Mrs. Fry's niece, Jenn Lueke, shares her journey to 1 million followers. Making content for social media can be hard if you don't have a passion to talk about, but for Jenn Lueke, she knew exactly what she wanted to do.
I have always loved food and cooking, so it was really easy for me to choose it. I kind of just started an Instagram because I loved food and cooking so much, so I found it very easy to just talk about it and share my message. And it's kind of evolved over the years as I've gotten a little bit more passionate about showing people how to do things on a tight budget and how to incorporate healthy tips into your life without needing to overhaul your entire life.
What started as fun posts has now become its own brand known as Jenn Eats Good on Instagram and TikTok. Becoming viral on social media can take a while, but being consistent is key.
Like I said, I've been making videos for a long time and photo content and all of that for about 6 years. So it's definitely been a process. My videos started to get more traction like a year and a half ago, mainly. Initially, some of my videos for these easy, healthy recipes went viral 18 months ago or a year ago. And then I started to adapt that into these series. So doing a series has helped me go viral a lot because it makes a lot of people come back to your content, and then fostering those relationships with your followers, answering their comments and responding to their messages and just making content they're asking for and that they find to be really valuable. So that's kind of how it all happened.
Being a content creator wasn't always Jenn's plan for a career. It started as one of her hobbies.
So my major in college was in finance. So I worked in commercial banking for 3 years. And then after that, I worked for another influencer, kind of helping her almost as her assistant and helping because she had a podcast. So I would help produce that podcast and help her kind of develop social strategy. And then that was super helpful because I spent a year kind of seeing what the job was like before I decided to take the leap and do it on my own.
This month, Jenn hit 1 million followers on Instagram. Having that many followers from around the world knowing who you are can be a shock sometimes.
It definitely feels a little weird. And I'm really grateful for it, but it can be there. I think there's two sides to having a big following. Part of it is just it's great and you get to get your message out to so many different people and you get support from so many people and it's a really great feeling. But on the other end, there are just so many people looking at what you do and you really want to make everybody happy and make content that's valuable to them, that they appreciate, that they find valuable. But that doesn't always happen. Some people don't like it and you do have to deal with people who sometimes aren't the nicest, and that's part of it. But overall, it feels very great.
With her popularity online, Jenn has also been invited to be on larger productions as well.
I've done a couple of articles with Good Morning America and Yahoo and BuzzFeed, Tasty, and some of those publications. I've been on NBC 10 Boston for an in-person interview, and then I've been on some podcasts just talking about this stuff, my message and the kind of content I share. So different forms of media and print, news, and then podcast.
There are many components to becoming an influencer or going viral, but the biggest part is believing in yourself.
I would tell people to have a strong message and not just create content that people like to look at or that you've seen somebody else do that went viral. That might work in the short term, but if you really want to create a lasting community and a message and ultimately a brand behind who you are and people can recognize, oh, that's the person that does this or posts about this. You really need to kind of solidify what that message is, and it's okay if it changes. I really was in it for the long haul. Like, it took me at least 4.5 years of just consistently posting 3 to 4 times a week to get really any kind of traction on my video. So you just have to feel passionate enough about that mission to keep doing it while you build the community, till you wait till your moment for something to go viral or someone to notice you or whatever that may be.
If you've ever thought of pursuing content creation, knowing it's a path you can take is always super helpful. Reporting from Panther TV, I'm Marie Timlin.
From Panther TV to Fox Sports, a recent South grad is headed to Los Angeles this month for an amazing internship opportunity.
Here's Jill Neal with the story.
2020 Plymouth South alum Matt Doherty is currently a senior at Emerson College, where he majors in visual media arts with a minor in sports communication. He's spending his final semester in LA, where he'll play a role on some of the biggest shows on Fox Sports. Matt first got a start in media during the fall of 2019, his senior year of high school, when he took both the sports broadcasting class and Panther TV classes here at Plymouth South. This opened his eyes to a field of work he never expected to get involved with.
It was 100% the reason why I chose to go the way I did. Panther TV, as well as sports broadcasting, right in connection with each other, really opened my eyes to the world of editing and the world of broadcasting, being in front of the camera, being behind the camera, editing, like just on the computer, on Premiere. I just found that was awesome and the best way to sort of express stories and everything like that.
When the world shut down in March 2020, Matt and his Panther TV classmates kept working hard. 2 of Matt's stories during that time won regional student-level Emmy Awards, one of which ranked in the top 5 in the United States. From here, Matt's devotion to media and film only continued. At Emerson, Matt became a part of multiple shows and programs, which helped him gain experience in different fields and engage with his peers.
Emerson's definitely sort of shaped who I am today, especially just the people that I've met. That's the great thing about things like Panther TV, is that I wanted to do more things like that in college, and through that you meet a bunch of people. Like, the sets are bigger in college. The box score at Emerson has 40, and so immediately I have 39 people I know on campus, and that's just huge.
Matt's involvement in shows at Emerson has also helped him to create his own podcast with friends.
It's called the Wagon Podcast. It's on everything. Just talk about sports mostly, things of that nature, but yeah, sports, some current events, stuff like that. So yeah, that's it's been a lot of fun doing that, and it has shown me how the algorithms work, how social media works. It's been a great learning experience, and it's been an excuse to talk about sports with my friends every week.
The experiences Matt has created for himself, from high school through college, have led him to a dream internship in California this spring.
I'll be working at Fox Sports in Los Angeles next spring, which I'm super pumped about. So we'll see what happens there. The goal really now, I think, is to, just, again, experience as much as I can, soak in as much as I can there. And if I can, parlay that into a job in the summer or in the future, that'd be awesome. I also love the solo content creation on TikTok. I have, a podcast there that's doing relatively well. So honestly, anything in that world, and regardless, even if it doesn't work out at Fox, I still have that on my resume. So that can certainly help with future employers. But really anything in the sports media world, to me, would be great.
Matt will be responsible for editing and posting on social media for several Fox Sports programs, so you never know where you may see his work. Reporting for Panther TV, I'm Jill Neal.
Another recent grad is making her name in the media world after her work has been named the greatest of all time.
Here's Lacy Monahan with more on the GOAT.
Taylor Gendron graduated in 2023. She's part of the Graphic Design and Visual Communications program. As one of her class projects, she had to make a public service announcement for the Greatest Save PSA competition. But little did she know that her PSA would be named the best of the decade. As a junior, Taylor was tasked with creating a public service announcement highlighting issues that affected teens. This is an annual GVDC project in which Plymouth South has had several state winners.
I made my PSA on depression. I wanted to show that depression doesn't have one face and that it can affect truly anyone. It's not always the quiet or antisocial kid. It can be the person who's extremely popular and smiles and just showcase themselves as really happy. But I just wanted to show that it can affect anyone, no matter who you are.
Taylor's hard work paid off. Winning the regional award was only the beginning.
First, I won the Boston region, and then we had to vote for a national winner, so anyone could vote for that, and I won nationally. And then a year later, they created the GOAT Award, where they put the last 10 national winners up against one another.
While Taylor is excited to see her video skills honored, she is more pleased about the number of people who were able to hear the message in her PSA.
Winning this award made me really proud of myself, especially because it was my first time ever doing this and even making a PSA. I'm just happy that I could spread my message to everyone.
Here's a look at Taylor's message. The Greatest Save PSA competition has been an annual project for graphic design. We've had regional winners since 2016. I'm Lacy Monahan reporting for Panther TV.
Congratulations to Taylor. That is quite an honor.
Now let's head over to Aiden with sports.
The winter sports season is underway, and several programs are off to a solid start. Two of those programs are the boys and girls winter track teams. Here's Matt Crowley with more on the sport that's growing in popularity.
From the week after Thanksgiving until early March, winter track athletes practice outside in the cold to prepare for competitions.
I think a goal for the team this season would be to get to win both sides of the league. We did it for cross country, so we'll see if we can do it for track.
While Plymouth South has a beautiful outdoor track, the winter track competitions are all held indoors and on the road all the way up at Boston at the Richard Lewis Center.
I personally love the rides up to Boston. They're fun because we all hang out and talk and eat food before, so it's a good time to or chill, sleep before your meet and just hang out with everyone, I guess.
I like them all the time. We just listen to music and hang out, so it's a good environment to be around. Good memories on the bus, coming home from long meets. We have a lot of time on it, so we can definitely converse and do a lot of things.
Oh, they're fantastic. Got my headphones in, looking out the window, just ready to PR.
For students, when they hear practicing outside in the cold, students tend to shy away. But for these athletes, they embrace the challenge and enjoy the camaraderie.
I love track. I think it's very fun because we're all a big family and get to hang out. We're always there for each other, cheering each other on, and everyone's always cheering someone on or on the side of somewhere.
The reason that I like winter track is just the environment that everyone's in. Everyone's very supportive and caring. All the coaches motivate you to do your best. And just one of the benefits of it is it's very maintainable for every single athlete. No matter if you're the best person or the worst person, everyone has their own goals, and it's just very good to see people attain those goals and achieve them.
So far this season, the Panthers are off to a great start, individually and as a team. Good luck the rest of the season. Reporting for Panther TV, I'm Matt Crowley.
That's all for sports. Good luck to all. Let's head back over to Kira and Angel.
For animal lovers, the well-being and safety of their animals is a #1 priority. Now, a new technology created here in Plymouth is now helping protect horses and riders.
Panther TV's Ava Davy-Bissett has more.
Safety is one of the main concerns when it comes to having animals, especially horses. Celtics Performance Protection is a manufacturing division in Canada that is made by a group of equestrians to ensure both safety and protection, and they found just what they need here in Plymouth. People on the outside of the equestrian world may not realize just how dangerous this sport can be, not just for the rider, but also the horse.
It's not a game, it's not a backyard passion, it is a sport. And all sports have grown, improved in protecting the participant. And I feel strongly that the equestrian sport has been behind.
Sandra Frazier is a lifelong equestrian and now is working with a new tool to protect horses and riders.
So Celtics Performance Protection is a small manufacturing company that started 2 years ago officially. And the company was developed to get involved with impact protection for both the horse and the rider in the equestrian world. And it actually is one of the good things that came out of the pandemic shutdown, because when you're trapped and you can't function, and I love to research. So it has been in my head for my life.
Despite certain safety measures evolving, Sandra realized that more still needed to be done when it came to safety. This realization came with the aspect of protection riders have. Sandra and her team used FEAM, created right here in Plymouth, to create jackets and helmets that guarantee safety for riders in this dangerous sport. However, the safety of horses also needs to be guaranteed. Taking on impact and doing shows, horses are often sore and in pain. Sandra tested the theory that the FEAM could be put into saddle pads on horses' back to help them handle the impact they deal with on their spines and backs. People reported back to her that the horses with severe back issues were perfectly functioning with this saddle pad. This made some wonder what more it could help.
An associate called me in June. She said, "You're my last chance. I know these saddle pads work because my trainer has one on a horse. I see how it works. Is it possible that this product, if we put it in the horse's feet, Is it possible he could at least walk semi-okay? Because I've done everything to keep this horse alive. It's over. His feet have disintegrated. He can no longer get up, get down, eat. His end of life is here. The vet has called it. It's inhumane. We're putting him down tomorrow. So I drove 3 hours, gave her a couple of samples. That afternoon, she had her blacksmith put it in his shoes, put it against the sole, put an exterior to protect it from the elements, and it is a miracle. And because of this horse gave it its name, Soul Saver. Yes, it goes on the sole, S-O-L-E, of the foot, but it saved his S-O-U-L.
Although Celtic's performance protection products are good for business, it's more about the advancement of the equestrian world. Reporting from Panther TV, I'm Ava Davey-Bassett.
That's our time for today. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day, Plymouth South.